Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers have been hinting a new romance for Carter Walton for a while now, and it looks like B&B's most eligible bachelor is finally due. Hope Logan was thrown off when Carter began flirting with her at work, but pleasantly surprised. But she will find out soon that someone else has their eyes on the Forrester Creations hunk. Here's what's coming up next on Bold and Beautiful. Spoilers ahead. Katie Logan wand Carter Walton's romance kicked off with a bang, and then quickly fizzled out. In fact, they never even really broke up. According to Katie, they just drifted apart and decided they were better off friends. The E&B viewers know that Katie is still pining away for Dollar Bill Spencer. But after the chat she had with their son, Will Spencer Jr., Katie is rumored to have a change of heart. The bold and the beautiful spoilers indicate Katie Logan will decide it's time to finally let Bill go. Maybe her son actually gets through to her about the way his father has treated over the years. Will thinks Katie deserves better, and she does too. Who treated her better than perfect gentleman Carter Walton? Was she still caught up on Bill and missed a shot at love with Carter? There's only one problem with Katie deciding she wants to give another romance with Carter a shot. He has developed a little crush on Hope Logan and has been shamelessly flirting with her at Forrester Creations. According to bold and beautiful spoilers, Hope could unknowingly stumble into a love triangle with her own aunt. That's going to make for an awkward Logan family dinner. Who do you think is the best match for Carter Walton? Is Katie wrong to double back after kicking him to the curb and friend-zoning him? In the sprawling world of the bold and the beautiful, emotions always run deep. Alliances shift, and love, ever elusive, seems to pull the strings of every character's heart. This time, the center of attention is a familiar face, Katie Logan. After months of introspection and soul-searching, she's found herself drawn back to the one man who could make her feel whole again, Carter Walton. But with Hope Logan circling around the same man, things are about to get messy. Very messy. It had been a quiet afternoon at Forrester Creations. Katie Logan sat in her office, gazing out the window as sunlight filtered through the blinds. The usual hum of creativity and tension filled the air, but her mind was elsewhere. She had been thinking about Carter, his warmth, his strength, and the connection they once shared. Lately, the longing had been creeping back into her heart, stronger than ever. It wasn't easy to ignore the magnetic pull between them. The breakup had been mutual, or so she'd thought, but it had left a void that no other relationship could fill. Bill Spencer had come and gone from her life like a storm, leaving behind only remnants of the woman she used to be. But Carter had healed her. He had seen her for who she truly was. And now, as rumors swirled about Hope's growing closeness to him, Katie couldn't stand on the sidelines any longer. Katie glanced at her reflection in the mirror. She wasn't the same woman she was when she and Carter first started dating. She had grown, matured, and learned what she truly needed in life. And now she was ready to fight for it. She picked up her phone, hesitated, and then put it down. It wasn't time to call him yet, not until she figured out how to navigate the growing complication that was Hope Logan. Across the hallway, Hope was having her own battle with emotions. Ever since her relationship with Liam had unraveled, she had leaned on Carter more than she realized. He was always there, steady, dependable, and supportive. In the midst of the chaos with her mother, Brooke, and the lingering tension with Thomas, Carter had become her confidant. But as much as she appreciated his friendship, there was something more to it. A spark that had started to flicker between them. Hope wasn't blind. She could sense Katie's interest in Carter, and that only made things more complicated. Hope hadn't meant to come between them. She had only sought comfort, a shoulder to lean on. But now she wasn't sure where her feelings for Carter began and where her need for solace ended. As she mulled over her thoughts, a knock on her door pulled her back to reality. "Come in," Hope called out. Katie entered, her presence commanding yet soft at the same time. There was a familiar tension in the air, the kind that only comes when two people have something unspoken hanging between them. "Katie." Hope greeted her with a smile, though it didn't quite reach her eyes. "What brings you by?" Katie closed the door behind her and walked slowly towards Hope's desk. She wasn't one to beat around the bush, especially when it came to matters of the heart. "Hope, we need to talk." "About Carter." Hope's heart skipped a beat. She had been expecting this conversation but wasn't sure she was ready for it. "What about Carter?" she asked, her voice carefully measured. Katie sat down across from her and took a deep breath. "I know you've been spending time with him. I don't want to make this more difficult than it already is, but I care about Carter. And I think it's time I told him how I feel." There it was, the confession hanging in the air like a storm cloud. Hope felt her stomach knot, but she remained calm on the surface. "Katie, Carter's a great guy. I know you two had something special, but things change." Katie's eyes narrowed slightly. "Do they? Or is this just convenient for you right now? I know you're going through a lot with Liam, but you and Carter, are you sure that's what you want? Or are you just looking for someone to hold you up while you figure things out?" Hope bristled at the implication. "This isn't about Liam. I've moved on from him. Carter and I have a connection, and it's real." Katie's lips tightened into a thin line. "Hope, I'm not trying to accuse you of anything. But I need you to understand something. Carter and I were good together. We had something real too, and I'm not ready to just let that go without fighting for it." The room seemed to shrink with the weight of their unspoken rivalry. Hope wasn't used to this side of Katie, the determined, take-no-prisoners side that had been awakened by love and desire. For a moment, she wasn't sure what to say. "I'm not going to stand in your way," Hope finally said, though the words felt foreign on her tongue. "But Carter has a say in this too. He's the one who will decide what he wants." Katie nodded, her gaze steady. "You're right. He will decide. But I wanted to make sure you knew where I stood before things got more complicated. I still love him, Hope, and I'm not ready to give up on us." With that, Katie stood up, her message delivered loud and clear. Hope watched her leave, a swirl of emotions churning inside her. She wasn't sure if she was ready to let Carter go, even if it meant stepping aside for Katie's sake. That evening, Carter sat at the bar, nursing a drink. He hadn't realized how complicated his life had become. First, his relationship with Quinn had ended abruptly, leaving him reeling. Then Katie had come into his life like a breath of fresh air, only to drift away just as quickly. And now Hope was there, her presence both comforting and confusing. He cared about both women, but his heart was conflicted. He hadn't expected Katie to come back into his life, nor had he anticipated his growing bond with Hope. The lines between friendship and romance had blurred, and now he was at a crossroads. Just as he was about to take another sip of his drink, his phone buzzed. It was a message from Katie. "We need to talk. I miss you." Carter stared at the screen, his heart pounding. He couldn't deny that he missed her too. But where did that leave Hope? In the world of the bold and the beautiful, love triangles are a way of life. But this one was different. Katie and Hope both wanted the same man, and neither was willing to back down. As the days passed, tensions would only rise, and Carter would be forced to make a choice. But in a world where emotions run wild and nothing is ever as it seems, one thing was certain: no matter what happened, hearts would be broken and lives would be forever changed. Watch out, Hope. Katie Logan is coming for what's hers, and she's not taking no for an answer.